State of New Jersey, the State and General Assembly, State House, Trenton, New Jersey. Joint Legislative Resolution by Senator Standield and Assemblyman Umba and Torrissi. Whereas the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey are pleased to honor and salute John David J.D. Rawlins, an highly admired resident of the Garden State, upon the publication his first comic book entitled Roast Beef Bear and Mr. Crackerhead, and its follow-up Roast Beef Bear, Mr. Crackerhead, and Fav Visit Mr. Cheeseburger. And whereas John David Rawlins, who wrote and illustrated both wonderfully entertaining comic books, is an exceptionally talented young man with autism who attends the Transition Campus of Burlington County Special Services School District. And whereas a remarkable individual, John David Rawlins, who communicates using American Sign Language due to a hearing and speech impairment, loves art, graphics, music, and dance, and he also competes as a swimmer in the New Jersey Special Olympics. And whereas New Jersey's young people who set their goals high, who persevere in the pursuit of those goals, and who reach their desired milestones and fulfill their objectives, stand as an example and an inspiration to their fellow citizens of all ages. And whereas it is both proper and fitting for this legislature to pause in its deliberations to recognize John David Rawlins as an individual of exceptionally strong character and uncommon determination, now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey that this legislature hereby commends John David Rawlins, pays tribute to his praiseworthy accomplishment of becoming a published author, and extends sincere best wishes for his continued success in all future endeavors, and be it further resolved that a duly authenticated copy of this resolution, signed by the Senate President and the Assembly Speaker, and attested by the Senate Secretary and the Assembly Clerk, be transmitted to John David J.D. Rawlins. Signed by Nicholas P. Scutari, President of the Senate. Signed by Craig J. Coughlin, Speaker of the General Assembly. Attested by Linda Metzger, Secretary of the Senate. And attested by Dana M. Burley, Clerk of the General Assembly. I'm so glad that he was invited over, and it was a surprise for me and for him. And we're very, very, actually I am very honored that you invited him over, and shocked. I was surprised. So also I invited a few people here, and I want them to be included in the picture taking. Number one is the comic book was initially introduced to JD by Mr. Matthew.
Oh, thank you.
Matthew Daniel. It's his what's the
I'm a work-based learning coordinator at the Burlington County Special Services School.
So he has a Kindle of his own comic strips, and I think more fighting, war.
Yes, I do. I'm an author as well, so I do like sci-fi, fantasy books and comics. And when Sylvia and John had asked me that John had an interest in putting books together, I put together some directions and helped John work through how to do that process. He did a fantastic job. I couldn't be more proud of him.
Yes, that's great. And I'm acknowledging him, and I'm very thankful for him doing that. And I continued on him, assisting him at home. He has got his own Photoshop
and I teach him how to use the Photoshop as well.
That's fantastic.
And down the line, go way back. We want to go back down to Miss Adrian Arena. She had been his teacher from grade 7 up to high school till grade 12. And she has always been on top of everything, and whenever there's some need of anything, she's always there. And she always, whenever she has the opportunity, she even brings her children, her sons, over to his competition. He's a swimmer, he's a star swimmer of Special Olympics, and she would be there and go JD!
One of his biggest supporters.
Yes, and out of her way. It's not part of school. She would be there. And I'm very thankful, and that's what I'm acknowledging Miss Arena for being there and very supportive teacher.
I'm very happy to have been part of the whole process, watching him grow.
Yes.
And being able to support outside of school too. That's a great thing too. Yeah.
And then back down is Miss Maureen Malecki. She had been always very supportive in general. Children. Basically, that's her goal. And what's your position now?
Retired.
Congratulations.
She's working at the, I voted for her. She's working as
I'm in the
a
school board now. Yeah.
school board of education. But she started off as guidance counselor and in
Grade school.
grade school.
Wow.
So that's high school, grade school now.
Preschool was with Jaden.
Oh yeah, that much.
Preschool
Yes, and she was always there whenever, guidance counselor also, and very, 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 very supportive. She's always there. And then whenever I need something, I just text her, email her. She answers right away.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yes,
That's great.
and thank you, Miss Maureen Malecki.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
And down some more,
Yeah.
when he was young, we've got our ex-neighbor, Louise Cachechi.
Hey.
Yeah, she says a lot of people don't pronounce her last name right. Cachechi, Cachechi, C-A-C-E-C-I. She was our next door neighbor, and then she was, whenever I'm not available, I called her, I said, can you watch him? And he would be with her all day. In other words, she's Aunt Louie, the nanny.
Aw.
Yes.
Aw, that's sweet.
And thank you, Miss Louie. Aunt Louie. Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. And then, last but not the least,
Daddy.
Daddy.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of gizmo that he bought to take all his activities. And so his name is Keith Rawlins, and Keith David Rawlins, and he's John David Rawlins. So they are a David middle name. And he's his biggest fan.
Of course.
Yes, now he's always early in any activity so he could find a seat, the best seat, so he could put all his cameras. And then when the people start coming, they're all blocking the way.
Of course. Yeah.
So, thank you, Mr. Keith Rawlins, for being very supportive.
Aw.
Okay, let's have a group picture.
Yeah, for sure. JD, how you doing? Doing good?
We've got a proclamation here from the Senate and the Assembly. So on behalf of Senator Standield, myself, and Assemblyman Torrissi, we wanted to congratulate you for all your good work. And really when you think of giving back to the community, the things that you're doing are what is giving back to the community. So you're providing inspiration to people. That you're getting out there and making an impact. So I do apologize for being late, but we wanted to present you this. This is signed by the Senate President and the Speaker of the General Assembly, and congratulate you and keep up the good work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Very proud of you and of all your whole team. It's got to feel good to know you've got a whole team behind you. So that's great.
Yep.
That's great.
All right.
So congratulations.
Go.